Said screw it and threw the bracket back on, so that's already on. Don't have to worry about that once it's in the truck. Cleaned up the fan a little bit. Cleaned up the underside of the oil pan. All right, let's get cracking. From here on out, it's probably gonna be a long video. Let's see what happens. All right, here we go, buddy. Oh boy, I forgot how heavy you were. How the fuck did I do this last time? Okay, I went that way, this way, that. Yeah, okay. It's all coming together. We gotta do this. We're gonna pull this guy. Oh boy, is that a good idea? Is that a good idea? Is it? Okay, this way, we go this way, and that way, and that way. This way. Have you ever seen an engine that wasn't a bitch? Oh, hey, do not hit the truck. It's supposed to go in the truck, not on. Part of me is like, why didn't I take out the condenser? Why is that bar still there? Actually, can I get that bar out? Oh, you sound nice. That sounds fucking lovely. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she making noises we don't want to hear? Oh, but it is coming out, so that's a plus. Hey! If you want to go and think about me, come back and run into the deal. Why do I feel this one? Oh, not the money! Oh, damn it! There's just too much give. There's too much pride in the ratchet. So I'm not sure how we're going to break that guy free. No clue, folks! No clue! And you're like, Chris, why are you just leaving it in? Truthfully, I'm taking it out just because it lowers the height that I have to bring the engine up to, and that makes me have warm fuzzies. Because the less off the floor the engine has to be, the better we will be. G.I. Joe. Your boy used his noodle and remembered he took out the fender protectors and could get to the bolt that way. So, bar is out. Where the fuck are my gloves go? There. Back to it, gents. Yeah. Wonder if I can move the condenser out of the way somehow. I might be able to do that. That might be okay. So I should be able to clear it. Let's find out. I'll give you guys a quick bird's eye view of what I just did. Skycam! Oh, that is not supposed to go down there. We just kind of opened up the bumper down below and let the condenser drop between the crack, the crevice. I hope that gives me enough clearance. It should. Look how pretty it is in there. Oh, goodness. Blush. There's a truck there! Alright. Let's bring you guys in close. Is this the shit you want to see right here? You want to see this kind of action right here. easy, easy. Can't push back. Why? Why? Oh, I'm an idiot, that's why. Of course you can't push it back, you're into the bumper. This is as far as we go. I'll figure out a way to push it back and land it on top of the motor mount. In the meantime, it's supposed to flow enough now. It kind of looks like I have an engine in my truck again. It looks a little bit like I have an engine in my truck again. A little bit. Meow. Not quite sure. Oh, you know, I'm not quite sure how we're going to do with that. We have had a wee bit of a problem. Teensy bit of a problem. Now I need to be able to get it over onto the bracket. Onto the motor mount. But the leveler is hitting into the top of the firewall. That's good pizza. Okay. So I got the engine to sit slightly on the engine mounts, you know, 2 inches forward of where they're supposed to be. That way I can get the leveler off and reorient it. And now what we're going to try and do is lift the front end of the engine so I can push it back farther under the firewall and hopefully get the braces on top of the motor mounts where they're supposed to be. So good luck with that. Well, it's resting right now, but on what? I couldn't tell you. Oh boy. Effort, I guess. Getting this thing connected to the damn torque converter is probably the trickiest part I've encountered so far. Definitely a two-man job. Can probably be done by one, and it's gonna be done by one. But holy shit, this is tough. I guess these days we're settling for partial victories. And what the hell is going on with my hair? Anywho, I mean, let's take a look, shall we? It's in there-ish. It's balancing on the motor mounts. The big ass issue now is that the torque converter slid free of the bell housing and it don't want to get back up in there, so I have about 2 inches of gap and I got to figure out a way to wiggle it in there. I think Leonardo DiCaprio had an easier time fending off bear rape than I had trying to put this motherfucker into the engine bay. But you know what? It's in there! It was a hassle getting this guy in there. So there are 2 steel, I'm going to call them dots, on the bell housing portion of the engine that need to also insert into the female recesses on the transmission. So it's a perfect storm of absolute bullshittery. I'm calling hacks. So you have to take the drive plate, marry that to the torque converter while getting those 2 dots into the female recesses and hopefully get the brackets onto the motor mounts. simultaneously. So yeah, it wasn't pretty. Spent a good time with the chains, trying to configure them into different positions. Raise this side, raise both sides, have it nose up, ass down, ass up, face down. At some point, I actually broke out the green straps. That didn't work too well. Go figure. But it's in. Now I just have to secure it and then begin the long descent down the mountain.